KPBS On Demand is supported by Paint Care, offering households and businesses in California more than 800 leftover paint drop-off sites for recycling. Quantities of 100-plus gallons of paint may qualify for a large volume pickup. Learn more at paintcare.org.
Good morning, I'm Lawrence K. Jackson. It's Friday, August 22nd. A new report says the mental health of children is being impacted by immigration enforcement. More on that next, but first, let's do the headlines. Caden Property Group, the owner of the decaying, nearly 100-year-old California Theater in downtown, has a choice to make: either sell or demolish the building. On Wednesday, the San Diego City Attorney's Office announced that a settlement had been made with the owner. Under the agreement, the C Street building must be listed for sale by the end of the month and sold by the end of the year. If that doesn't happen, then they will have 90 days to obtain permits to demolish the building or face up to $1 million in civil penalties. The heat advisory for San Diego inland valleys yesterday and today has increased the risk of fire. It has also caused Governor Gavin Newsom to dedicate more firefighting resources. An additional 47 fire engines, 9 bulldozers, and 5 helicopters are available to San Diego and 4 other Southern California counties. San Diego CAL FIRE Captain Robert Johnson says planning to use extra resources strategically before a fire breaks out is a good idea.
This just allows us to get more resources on scene faster, and it eliminates some of that lag time in the event there is a fire start.
Johnson says almost all fires are caused by human activity, so keep that in mind in the coming days when you're using any tool or doing anything that can cause a spark. Life has been up and down lately for our Friar faithful. They initially moved into first place in the NL West for the first time in 15 years by sweeping the SF Giants, only to then get swept by the LA Dodgers, placing them right back in second. Well, just yesterday they wrapped another series, beating the Giants 3-1. The Padres are now 1 game behind first place, as here we go again, entering into a 3-game series against the Dodgers. This time on our turf. That will surely see a motivated Petco Park crowd. From KPBS, you're listening to San Diego News Now. Stay with me for more of the local news you need.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rachel Jans, Associate Curator of Modern and Contemporary Art at the San Diego Museum of Art. We're presenting a landmark exhibition of Eduardo Chillida, a visionary sculptor who transformed the way we think about form, space, and material. Eduardo Chillida Convergence is the most expansive U.S. presentation of the artist's work in nearly 50 years, bringing together monumental sculptures, delicate works on paper, and a virtual reality experience of his iconic Comb of the Wind installation on the Basque coast of Spain. Eduardo Chillida Convergence is on view now through February 8, 2026 at the San Diego Museum of Art in Balboa Park. Learn more at sdmaart.org.
A new report from UC Riverside warns that aggressive immigration enforcement is taking a serious toll on children's mental health. Health reporter Heidi DeMarco says experts are calling it a public health crisis.
Outside Parkdale Lane Elementary in Encinitas on Wednesday morning, a child cries in their mother's arms as federal agents arrest their father. A new UC Riverside report says moments like these can have lasting consequences for children in immigrant and mixed status families.
Anxiety, stress, depression, even senses of hopelessness.
Dr. Lisa Fortuna is a child psychiatrist who co-authored the report. They found infants regressing and not sleeping or eating well, grade schoolers struggling to focus in class, and teens thinking about,
what would they do if they were separated from their parents? Are they going to have to take a parental role?
At San Diego Unified's Newcomer Welcome Center, school counselor Juan Carlos Nieblas sees it firsthand.
I do feel there is an increase in stress and anxiety. I feel a lot of it has to do with social media.
Both Fortuna and Nieblas agree children can't be shielded from fear, but with teachers, families, and communities working together, they can be supported through it. Heidi DeMarco, KPBS News.
Today marks exactly 1 month since Paloma Aguirre became the District 1 County Supervisor. I spoke with Supervisor Aguirre yesterday. Here's that conversation. This week, yourself, along with Mayor Todd Gloria, obviously unveiled signs, warning signs, along the Tijuana River Valley. When you first got inducted, you spoke about that being a key goal and focus. Can you talk to me about why that was so important?
Yeah, so that was when I think a couple of days after we started, my commitment was to do 3 things in the first 30 days. And one of those things was to put up signs in the River Valley that would advise people of the potential presence of a toxic gas, which is hydrogen sulfide, that can, with high levels, it could be very detrimental to human health. So Wednesday, we unveiled a sign that's located at the hotspot in the Tijuana River Valley at Saturn Boulevard, which is within city of San Diego, to advise people of the presence or potential presence of hydrogen sulfide, which is a toxic gas that is emitted by wastewater. We know now that there is scientific and empirical evidence that, especially overnight, there can be very high levels of hydrogen sulfide depending on the amount of flow coming through. So we want to make sure that we protect people who work in the valley and people who recreate in the valley from potential exposure.
Absolutely. Now, these signs serve as a physical warning, but are there any next steps that you are suggesting for people maybe who work along Saturn Boulevard, frequent Saturn Boulevard, mask, any other secondary precautions after the signs, the warning signs that they can do?
Yeah, obviously, wearing PPE is important because these signs advise on hydrogen sulfide, but there may be presence of pathogens as well, bacteria, viruses, parasites. The real solution here is removing the source, and the source of the pollution is the river itself. And I get the question frequently, well, there's been all this progress. Why hasn't this been solved? And yes, there's been progress. Mexico and the US have come to an agreement to expedite solutions and invest money, and there's fixes to the Mexican plan, fixes to the US plan, but neither of the two capture the main source, which is the river itself. So that's part of my plan, my 5-point sewage plan that I've been talking about even before I got elected. We need to remove the hotspot there because it's an infrastructure fix that needs to happen there. But in the meantime, we need to make sure we protect people's health. And that's by advising them to take precautions with PPE, by advising them with signs. And we're going to increase monitoring of hospitals and urgent cares and clinics so that we can compile that data and understand how to make a better medical interventions.
Absolutely. Anything to keep San Diego residents healthier, of course, would be the mutual goal here.
Absolutely.
You spoke about a 3-point goal. The first one, of course, being these warning signs or your 3 goals within your first 30 days. What were the other 2 goals?
Was to increase monitoring of the health, surveillance that I was mentioning. We're bringing in an expert. We're talking to hospitals. We're talking to urgent cares and health clinics. So that's another one. Also, increasing air filters at schools and daycares. That's been already approved by the Air Pollution Control District, which I am a board member of. We're also expediting the rollout of air filters for families that are affected in the affected areas. So that's part of the fast track 30-day plan that we gave ourselves as a goal and that we've already achieved.
This is Lawrence K. Jackson from San Diego News Now with Supervisor Paloma Aguirre. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Over the last half-century, parts of the Tijuana River Valley have been restored from a dump site to an environmentally protected area. Reporter Jacob Ayer says a new play telling that story and the region's history from an indigenous perspective premieres this Saturday in San Diego.
The caw of birds and whir of helicopters at the mouth of the Tijuana River set the real-life scene for an upcoming Kumeyaay play called Shuluk Wet'suw'i, where lightning was born. Johnny Bear Contreras is an artist and cultural advisor for the play. He says it tells the Kumeyaay creation story, and the Tijuana River Valley is central to it all.
The waterways play a significant role in all our storytelling, but especially in creation, because creator is ha, maya ha, water is ha, right? So when you call the creator, you say maya ha umbao, to be here.
In addition to the performances, there will be panel discussions about the Tijuana River Valley's ongoing struggles with pollution and sewage. The play runs this Saturday, August 23rd at 1 and 5 p.m. at San Diego Sparks Studio in Kearny Mesa. The event is free and space is limited, so reservations are required. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
Local contemporary ballet company The Rosenbachs Project will premiere 3 new works this weekend at the California Center for the Arts Escondido. Arts reporter Julia Dixon-Evans says the company brings innovation to life on stage.
With the midday heat pressing against the studio windows, 9 dancers powered through a grueling workout with astonishing grace.
6, 7, 8, and 1.
The Rosenbachs Project invited 2 guest choreographers to create works for its debuts program. Choreographer Ching Wang created a dance about a futuristic supermarket love story.
Imagine if you could control every memory that's ever occurred in your life. You could almost call them to action at your will.
Wang's piece is about time, loss, and memory. It's wild and speculative, but also personal.
It's just me grappling with my own fear, my own anxieties.
Founding director Carly Topazio also premieres new choreography. Most companies present only 1 new dance in a program, or a few each year. The Rosenbachs is staging 3 in one night.
There's something electric about creating new work rather than restaging something on our bodies that were created on different bodies. You know, there's definitely like an identity there too.
Julia Dixon-Evans, KPBS News.
Filmout, San Diego's LGBTQ+ film festival, turns 25 this year. Arts reporter Beth Accomando previews this year's festival and looks back at how it all started.
Filmout has its roots at San Diego State University with a student named Joe Forelli.
Well, this all started when I was at San Diego State doing my master's, and I decided to do this festival as a thesis project. San Diego didn't have a gay film festival at that time.
Forelli's thesis focused on identifying a queer sensibility in film.
So I looked at the works of directors that I knew were gay, but that didn't make outwardly gay films. People like Terrence Davies. And that kind of got me thinking that there was this underlying queer sensibility, especially in the time when you had the Hays Code, where you couldn't talk about homosexuality and you couldn't mention it. So filmmakers would have to work to get their ideas across to like-minded people.
The festival debuted in 1999 at the Ken Cinema, then moved to the Museum of Photographic Arts. Forelli left San Diego, and after a short hiatus, Michael McQuiggan became the festival's program director.
I can't believe the last 21 years since I've been involved, and here we are at this milestone event.
This year, the festival lineup includes exit interviews about a man making a documentary about all his exes and why they left him.
I think this is going to be harder than I thought.
Are you going to interview Christopher or not?
It's a world premiere and they're all coming, so we're excited. And then Plain Clothes is the Russell Tovey film, that kind of the hot ticket on the festival circuit still.
Release me! What did I do? Against the wall! Under arrest.
I was really surprised that I was able to get the film twinless.
I have a twin brother and he passed away.
It was a big hit at Sundance, so I'm glad that we're ending their festival run as a closing night movie.
In addition to features, Filmout showcases short films like Aaron Levitt's Demon Boy.
It's a supernatural thriller, but I made it thinking about the experience of desiring intimacy and connection in the digital age and how difficult that is, especially as a queer person living in Los Angeles.
Jonathan Hammond describes his short Fireflies in the Dusk as a time travel Victorian romance parody slasher film. Hammond has roots in San Diego and has attended the festival for 2 decades. Fireflies in the Dusk is his 4th film screened there.
Filmout means a huge, tremendous amount to me, and Michael McQuiggan has been so supportive of me as well as San Diego filmmakers.
Aaron Immediato says he always wanted to make a sci-fi alien invasion film.
We've been watching you.
With a queer twist.
Late at night, she would look at the flower
and sing quietly. Do you sing?
The Last Story on Earth is very much my sci-fi love letter to drag queens. These attacks, especially, targeting drag artists, focusing on them not, somehow not being safe for kids has been especially offensive to me as a queer person.
McQuiggan says he tries to steer the festival clear of overt political messaging.
It is challenging. I want people just to come in to get away from that for at least 4 days and just come and enjoy cinema.
But Hammond notes Saturday's panel on queer joy on the screen can still be seen as political.
Queer joy is absolutely an act of rebellion. To be blunt, the current administration is doing everything they can to subvert and take away the joy. So I think by being joyful and being proud of who you are is counter to everything they stand for.
For 25 years, Filmout has played a role in both the LGBTQ+ and film communities, making Forelli proud.
Seeing what Michael has done with it, it's just been wonderful. It's just been an amazing thing. I could never imagine it would have gone this long or been this successful.
Happy birthday, Filmout. So grateful for 25 years of incredible films and uplifting voices. Looking forward to the next 25. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
Filmout continues through Sunday at the Museum of Photographic Arts in Balboa Park. And as a reminder, tomorrow is the KPBS San Diego Book Festival from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at USD. I'll be there hosting a panel featuring 2 authors and their work. If you see me, feel free to say hello. That is it for the podcast today. This podcast is edited by Brooke Ruth and hosted and produced by me, Lawrence K. Jackson. As always, you can find more San Diego news online at kpbs.org. Thanks for listening and supporting public media. Have a great weekend.
KPBS On Demand is supported by the San Diego County Toyota dealers, presenting the new 2025 Camry with refined design and performance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about all the features the new 2025 Camry offers. The San Diego County Toyota dealers. We make it easy.